AI can now fake crimes.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir. Just big food.
Mickey Mouse is now doing this. And a 16-year-old darts player is taking over the world.
On double 16 for a 1-3-2.
There was a post I found of AI-generated CCTV footage of police arresting people for having very big boots.
Do not have to say anything but it's They're just big boots. I'm confused, sir, but is it my boots? They're just big boots, god dang.
Now, of course, this is more of a humorous thing at the moment. Big boots, haha, they've got massive shoes and they're getting arrested. Hilarious. However, this is just a small little sprinkle, a small sign of what could potentially go on from this. This seems to be something I say quite a lot when it comes to AI. It's like this is the first sign of something that could potentially grow to be something quite dangerous or crazy. In the past with AI girlfriends that I spoke about, it was more about the psychological effect it could have on people. But this could just have a massive effect on the justice system. You go into a court case, you look at key footage, CCTV footage of the crime scene. Can you even trust it now? Could it be AI generated to be in the favor of the criminal or make someone look bad that is innocent? On Reddit, I found Express Particular 45 saying police investigations often lean on video evidence, and given how easy it is to influence metadata, I wonder how long it will be before videos can no longer serve as evidence. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. I know this is a bit of a somber note to start the third episode of Floppy's Findings, but genuinely, I saw this and I thought instantly this is going in my notes for Floppy's Findings. I just thought, okay, yes, it's quite a humorous video, but it looks realistic. Like, I know this is like one of the earliest stages of AI, so it's only going to get better. And on top of that, how many times do you see CCTV footage that looks blurry and grainy? It's probably like the easiest thing to replicate, even if the AI doesn't look the best. I know there's softwares and things like that that can deduce whether something is AI augmented. Like, we've seen that on Instagram when people used to use Photoshop or like edit their videos without like declaring that they had. Instagram had a software that could tell you that this image had been edited. So I'm sure there'll be a software to counteract this, because it will be such an impact on the justice system and things like that if there isn't anything to combat it. It's another scary AI related thing I found there. It's definitely not the last time we're going to mention AI in Floppy's Findings. Moving on to Disney losing the copyright for Mickey Mouse. Not the Mickey Mouse we know now, Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse and all that nonsense. No, I'm talking about the early days, the OG Mickey Mouse, the Steamboat Willie days. Because after 95 years, Disney haven't renewed the copyright that they had for that early version of Mickey Mouse. So now anyone can use it within the public domain to create anything they want. I looked on Twitter as well. There's a lot of discussion of what is actually in the public domain now, what is able to be used. And this is what I found. As you can see, there's a few variations of Mickey Mouse that you are able to use within the public domain now. Less versions of Minnie Mouse, but yeah, there's a variation. Of course, as well, there's other characters within the Steamboat Willie franchise of Mickey Mouse. So there will be other characters that you can now use as well. Now, you might be thinking, Mickey Mouse in the public domain, is this really a big deal? And in the grand scheme of things, no, it's not. But I do find it quite interesting because it is a very distinguishable character, and now people can use it in any way, shape, or form that they want to. Let your imagination run wild there. It took literally less than a few hours for a few projects to be announced using this Mickey Mouse iteration.
Please, help us before.
There was a horror game announced very, very quickly after the copyright was lost and Mickey Mouse was in the public domain. It was called Infestation 88. However, after some controversy, it was renamed to Infestation Origins. The content doesn't stop there. As well as the horror games being announced in the first few hours, there was a horror film called Mickey's Mousetrap being announced. If you have any recollection of the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey film after the copyright of Winnie the Pooh was lost and it was put in the public domain, you can only imagine what this film's going to be like. Have you seen Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? It was terrible. I thought it would be at least a little bit good. It was literally just, we're going to put an iconic character like Winnie the Pooh, refer to places like 100 Acre Woods or whatever, all these characters that we know, Piglet, etc. Make them look very weird. Like Winnie the Pooh looked odd, didn't he, if you watched it, and just do gory nonsense, like literally just a slasher nastiness, and just make it an iconic character so that you get people come in and tune in and watch it. That is exactly what's going to happen with Mickey's Mousetrap as well, I imagine. Sorry to anyone that's worked on the film. I'm just saying, I just imagine that's what the vibe of the film's going to be. It probably could be fantastic. There could be a beautiful narrative underneath it that makes you shed tears because it's beautiful. I don't know. However, I'm just going to assume it's going to be very similar of just an iconic character doing nasty stuff that you didn't expect him to do because he was a sweet little Disney character, and not anymore. He's a disgusting, stabbing bastard. So there you have it, the first iteration of Mickey Mouse now in the public domain for people's use. Who knows, in a few years' time, there could be other iconic Disney characters that we could be able to have in the public domain once the copyright has ran out at Disney. Who knows, Woody and Buzz, Mike Wazowski and Sully, they could definitely do something with Mike Wazowski and Sully. Monsters Inc. turned actually like monsters, and they go into the bedrooms. Instead of trying to scare them, they eat the children, you know? That could definitely be done. Monsters Inc. is my favourite film though, so don't do that. Don't ruin it for me, please. Thank you. My favourite Pixar film of all time. Not my favourite film of all time, although it's pretty much up there anyway. But anyway, moving on. It's been quite a dark and somber note at the beginning of Floppy's findings today. Let's lighten up the mood a little bit.
Floppy's finding of the week. Floppy's finding of the week.
Finishing off on the story that's on everyone's lips at the moment. It's everywhere you look, every news article, everything you scroll on Twitter or social media, whatever, you see his face. Luke Littler, the youngest ever finalist at the World Darts Championships. Yes, he's been everywhere. Everyone's saying he doesn't look 16. Oh, he's very, very good for his age. There's so many conversations about him. Here's how he got to the final.
A fitting finish on double 10. And he finishes it on double 10.
The final is on the 3rd of January, and that is the day of recording this. So Luke Littler could end up winning the World Darts Championships. If you don't know, the winner can get £500,000. Just some cheap change. Oh, that's in the back of his pocket. Anyway, who cares about 500k? Oh, and if he loses, oh, commiserations, you get 200,000. Oh, that was sure to make you feel a little bit better, doesn't it? Fuck, you know. At 16, if he wins it all, that £500,000, what will he spend it on? Buying his parents a house? Putting it into his savings for the future?
Probably just treat myself to a kebab. Get myself some bottles of Coke, bottles of Fanta, and probably treat myself to some more vapes.
What? Vapes and kebabs? Whatever tickles your fancy, mate. It's your money at the end of the day. I'm 16 years old. He's got more money than I'll probably ever have. But if this isn't a sign for anyone, I know everyone talks about Project Mbappe, getting your kid on the football pitch at a young age, trying to get them to be Mbappe, the next best footballer. How about this though? Just sit at a pub and watch your kid throw darts at a board, and then they could become the next Luke Littler, winning 500k at the World Darts Championships. How about that? 16 years old. I don't think people understand how young that is. At 16, I was gassed that I was the best at FIFA in my friendship group. This guy's beating 35-year-olds at the darts. And if there's one way to make you feel absolutely useless going into 2024, it's looking at a 16-year-old achieve more in the last couple of months than you've achieved in your life. No, this is not a somber note. We're not ending on a somber note. Floppy's findings, episode 3 is going to end positively. Well done, Luke Littler. Good luck in the final. 16 years old. You're doing your family proud. Well done. And the whole country's behind you. There you go, everybody. Thanks for watching Floppy's findings, episode 3. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, check them out. There is a playlist for you to go through and watch them all. I really do appreciate you coming on through. This is the first video of 2024. I'm hoping it's going to be a lovely year for the YouTube and the content as a whole. If you don't know, I do stream on Twitch and put content elsewhere. The links are all in the bio. I really do appreciate you coming on through. Make sure you drop a subscription. I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to get as many subs by the end of this year. I'm not going to put a number on it at the moment. I'm going to create my goals very, very soon. But hopefully we keep consistent with Floppy's findings as well as other videos in the near future. Thanks for coming on through, and I'll see you when I see you.